of the different opportunities for that. And yeah, we can talk it through the different types of charging stations and stuff, what you would be probably interested in. So yes, let me know. Though that is a good place to start because you can get the double counting for both programs. So it is a good one. And it's also good to just have it in your community. It does seem like, it's right now we are choosing whether or not to put it in our communities, but in 10 years, it might be something of a necessity. So getting going in now when there's funding opportunities and such is really a smart idea. So commendable.
And I know we just set up a meeting about that, right?
Yes, I believe it's at 9 or 10 o'clock on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rachel, you might want to join in on that.
Yeah, I'll bring Rachel. I'll send her the link. I think I got it from CJ yesterday.
Yeah. And I believe that's the NYSERDA program.
I think are we gonna talk about all of them, CJ? Is that the plan? I see CJ's maybe messing with the.
I'm having some audio issues. Sorry.
Yeah. So CJ, on Monday, talking about the charging stations, are we just going to talk about the different programs and what makes the most sense?
Yeah, I think that's the idea because there's more than just the Charge Ready New York or Charge New York. There are so many programs that I cannot keep them straight. So I'm hoping that maybe we can kind of combine them between like the Make Ready, the Charge Ready, and then the new one. I'm thinking like, okay, between the three of these, I bet you we can figure it out.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Terry and Rachel?
To comment, I'm really thankful that you're there and ready to move forward.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to be here and back doing this kind of work. For the past 6 to 7 months, I was working on COVID management because they needed people with stats and public administration backgrounds. So it's been, very important work, but public health is, a whole different field that is connected, but I am definitely, have a big background of experience in this kind of environmental community work. So I'm super excited to be working with everybody. Like I said, I'll drop my email right after this in the chat. Send me any emails that you have questions, and I will definitely be there for that meeting on Monday. I'm sure that I can attend because Terry and my schedules are identical. So.
Did you put your phone number in the chat also, Rachel?
Sure. Yeah, I can include that as well.
Okay. Well, thank you both.
Yeah.
And we'll be in touch.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for giving us an opportunity to come and say hello. And look forward to working with all of you again in the future.
Great.
All right. Have a great rest of your evening.
Okay.
Thanks.
Too. Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks.
David, I wanted to mention that we approved the minutes, but we added to it the fact that you were at the Cornell Orchards meeting. That was not originally in the minutes, but we put that in.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Good.
I skipped over the public comment. Do we have anybody that's in the waiting room for public comment?
I don't see anybody. I'm not sure if Heather saw anybody while I wasn't here, but I don't imagine.
Okay.
She did.
No.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I handed over the hosting to her for a second while I figured out my audio here.
Okay. So now we move on to the scenic resources inventory appendix. I sent something out last night or the night before that has 20 distinctive sites and 30 noteworthy sites. And I wonder if anybody had a chance to look at that and had any comments.
I did look at it. Looks good. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's still a little rough, and we're missing some pictures and little pieces here and there, but the general format is all there. One thing that I think would add to it is if we could get some better pictures for at least some of the sites. In fact, some of the sites don't even have pictures. At least I didn't have any that I could put in there. But yeah, I think it's coming together. And I think we have a pretty good draft, but it definitely needs more work. And I'm willing to put some more time into it. I haven't gone through the map and made sure that the numbers on the map correspond correctly to the sites that we have pictures on, but I can do that.
If you worked off the spreadsheet, Tom, it should be fine, but it's probably worth checking.
Yeah, it should be fine, but, right.
How about the descriptions? Is it worth going through the ones that are skimpiest right now and seeing if we can't come up with some better descriptions as a group? Because you and I were talking earlier about how collectively people know the sites. Some people on the CAC are really familiar with a lot of these sites. So would it be worth just popping through, to get some wording into those ones that are the smallest?
Sure. I mean, I don't think we have to spend a ton of time on it, but it'd probably be worthwhile doing if we could add anything. CJ, do you have a copy of what I sent out?
Yes, I have a copy.
Do you want to display it for us, please?
Sure. I think we have the setup now, so anybody can screen share. So no worries. Feel free to do that if you want. Okay. I'm looking for an email.
Tom, is it better if you have a sense of which ones are needing attention?
Well, I think the best way to do it is just to scroll through it.
Okay.
Let's see. So Robin, I haven't put it in Google Docs. Okay.
Okay, I thought there was some version of it I saw that was a Google Doc, but maybe it was just a Word document that you sent.
I sent it as a PDF because as a Word document, it's 25 megabytes, and I wasn't sure how to send that to people.
Maybe it just my computer opened it in Google Docs. Maybe that's why I think it's a Google Doc.
Oh, well, okay.
Does anyone else have the ability to screen share?
Let's see.
Yeah,
I can.
Okay, nice. If you could do that, that would be fabulous. Thank you.
What do you want me to share?
I think what Tom's asking for is the PDF that was sent yesterday at 3:42 p.m.
I've got the May 2nd version of mine, but not the most recent one.
This is just a PDF. I don't think I will be able to edit it unless I open it as Google Doc.
But we just want to look at it, right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I don't know how to, if I could turn over the sharing to somebody else, I can try that too. I'm not sure why I don't know why I have the ability, but anyway. This is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, okay, so that's the latest version.
I'm pretty sure
I remember seeing this as a Google Doc somewhere. Is that just wildly out of date now? If it did exist?
Yeah, I think it is because I haven't put anything into Google Doc. But this is, I mean, this PDF is the most recent version.
This one says 3/28. That's
No, that's
too long ago.
that's too old. I think the one you had up was comments.
Yeah, this is it as a PDF, but I don't think I can make any notes in there. But I might be able to do that in here, and as a Google Doc.
I think PDF is fine, and then I can record notes and Heather can record notes,
Okay.
comments. So maybe just, I don't see page numbers, but we can track it at the top.
Okay. So I need to change some language in here because characteristic is not in a category anymore, and we now know that we have 20 of one and 30 of another. So that can get updated. The comment about the scenic lake, a scenic byway. For this section, the only one I could find that was the scenic point that was most directly on the scenic route was the one near Rogues Harbor intersection, which may not be the best one. But
Yeah, Karen did some view sheds of some of them that are on the scenic byway, and I think it's mentioned in the descriptions. So Karen sent one big map, but because it was very hard to read the numbers if the map was all on one page, I broke it up into 3 sections.
okay. Where
So the description is, it's pretty short, but maybe that's all we need.
I have something on my calendar on May 11th that says work on SRI, and I was trying to think of what that meant, and then I realized I had put it on my calendar to work on this on May 11th, but then I forgot what SRI was.
Well, I think we were hoping to have the draft finalized by the 11th if we could.
Okay, so that was the last possible date, so I can move that forward.
So let me mention that there's the site number which corresponds to the map above, and then I have like map 2, site 2. Those are from Karen's original interactive map, and I just left them in there for convenience, but I'll take all those out when we're clear everything's correct. I don't think we need that.
So there are 50 sites now.
Yes.
Anything that was proposed to be deleted, is that now gone? Or are there still ones that are under discussion?
Well, I'm not sure there are any that are there are actually at the end, there's 2 that don't have a number that I added, but we can see if we still want them.
Want me to go down to those 2?
No, let's just go through each one and see if the description is okay.
You want to go through all of them right now?
Sure. I mean, it shouldn't take long to just go through the description. Does anybody want to add anything to that description?
It's okay with me.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to have much to comment on about the descriptions because I put them in there.
Okay. I move to the second one.
Yeah.
Okay with that one.
Did you say you're going to keep the coordinates in there? You're
Oh,
going to
yeah,
take
I'm gonna
off?
yeah, definitely keep the coordinates, but
Yeah, yeah, okay.
get rid of this map 3, site
Yeah,
21.
okay, good. Just checking.
Yeah. Another thing I might want to mention, well, I did mention about getting some better pictures. Like normally this picture here, there would be water there, but it was a dry summer last year. So it was dry, which I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I saw your note about getting better pictures. I feel like, is that just because of the season, or do you mean like more photographic, not on an iPhone photos? They're better quality.
Yeah,
Like
just,
higher resolution.
yeah, better quality. And actually it's a better time of year for some of the pictures. And if you go out on a nice blue sky day, of course, that makes them nicer too. But we don't have to do that for all of them. But as we go through, if we see any that we think we should get a better picture, we should make a note of that. Okay, so is everybody all right with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay with that.
This one's pretty brief. You could add a comment about which direction this is looking.
To the
Is this
west.
agriculture, or am I looking at cultivated land or just a mowed field? Might be nice to say what this is.
That's Cook's farm, and it is agriculture. I'm guessing it's clover, but that's a guess. And the only thing I don't like about it is you really can't see Salmon Creek Valley at all. And you're looking east.
Like expansive views looking east over an agricultural landscape from Lockerbie Hill Road. Something like that.
I like that better. I like that better.
A little more detail.
Okay, so do you think we need another picture of this one, or? Andrew, you think you can get a better picture of that area? If you're looking.
I don't think you can get the valley. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you see the land on the other side of the valley, but you wouldn't really know that that's what it is. But it's a nice picture of strip cropping. That's what you have to do on such a hill. It's a very, very steep hill. And I don't know if another picture would show exactly how steep it is. It's really steep. It's the second steepest hill in the town after Lansing Station Road.
That'd be something interesting to put in the description, that, steep terrain.
Second, it's steep area. It really is. Yeah.
Does that contribute to the way, the view, in a way that this photo doesn't necessarily show?
I mean, I don't think the photo shows how steep it is, but maybe you can't get that, looking that way. I mean, take it back. It's looking southeast and not just east.
There's no view shed analysis for that one.
I mean, I only have a camera with my phone. If somebody had a really good camera, I think you could get maybe a better shot, but it's a pretty view.
The same is true for me. If I took more pictures, it would still be with my iPhone.
So how about something like expansive agricultural views of strip cropping looking southeast over steep terrain from Lockerbie Hill Road, Salmon Creek lies below.
Sounds good.
That
Yeah,
sounds
that's
good.
good. Yeah.
Does somebody have that written down?
I just wrote it down.
Well,
All right.
I was pulling up the Google Doc thinking I could just put it in there, but then I don't know if that'll merge back in with the version that you have.
Just give me a page number on that one, Robin. So is that page 10?
Well, just go by
Just a
site.
site number.
Just go
It's
by the
10.
site number.
Fine, site 13.
Okay, and then,
Interesting that this is okay, never mind. I thought I saw something there that was different, but my eyes are just playing tricks on me. I think the coordinates are fine. Okay.
so should we ask Karen if she could do a view shed analysis of that one?
I know Karen's not on the meeting, is she?
No, she's traveling. But I mean, we can ask her.
You can always ask.
Yeah.
I'll make a note of it.
Okay.
Okay. Lock Creek Gorge.
Is the water is on the left? That's the little creek?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to take a picture of a gorge.
Sure.
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 So, but I think this is fine.
And is this a public access?
That's a good question.
I thought that was one of the qualifications, that people had to actually be able to see it.
That is a good question. Do we know who added this one?
Actually, we're not focusing entirely on public access. It's just that we didn't want to trespass to take the photographs. But the private lands are in all of these photos, and I'm just hoping with this one, whoever I'm assuming Karen took this one.
Right, I understand that, but the view had to be something that the public could see. But if you have to trespass to see the view, then that's
Yeah, right. That's what I
That's a
thought
problem.
too.
because there's a great waterfall. There's a great waterfall on this creek, but I think you have to. I think you have to trespass to get to it.
I think you're right.
You might know best, Todd, because I don't know this particular spot.
This is a beautiful creek. I would like to preserve this, but I think, other than from Salmon Creek Road, I don't think you can see very much of it from public vantage points.
Could this have been taken from Salmon Creek Road?
No,
Okay,
Yeah, this is from up above somewhere.
map 6. So was map 6 Karen's area?
And I know it wasn't mine. I had 5, I think.
Yeah, I had 2. So
Well, as we scroll down, sometimes I left in who took the picture, so we can figure that out.
Mhm.
Oh, well, maybe this is helpful in figuring out where that is. If this is the dot, maybe one of you will know if this
Yeah,
is
that's down on Gulf Road.
Mhm.
And it's, yeah, I don't, maybe like one step off the road, you could get that view maybe, because that is kind of steep terrain down in there.
I'll make a note to ask her, because I think she was in on the conversation where we talked about, you know, whether we could trespass to take these photos, and we decided, no. So just what was the site of that one again, Tom?
That's site 15.
15. Okay, thanks.
It looks like it would be very scenic based on this aerial photo.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Just drive down in there. It's really nice.
I'm trying to place where this is. I need like Google Maps to navigate to things. I can't look at a picture and tell where it is in Lansing.
Well, that farm there's the farm where John works. John Flynn works. So
Is it?
yeah.
Cool. Okay, I think that's all we can do with that one. The only thing I can think to add to the site 16 description would be the name of the church. If anybody
Well,
knows.
it's actually not a church anymore. It's bought by some singing group, but it still looks like a church.
Yeah, we could like say the old whatever church or something like that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
historic church building of such and such. That might just be nice historical information. This is a pretty photo. I like this image. Rural.
We could say former church.
Right, yeah. Anything else about this one?
You were looking for the name of that church? Somewhere in here. Okay.
I think it's actually written. It still has a name at the front of the church.
It's an interesting
Okay,
view shed.
Yeah, it's the Faith Bible Fellowship Church.
There we go. A former Faith
Yes.
Fellowship Church.
That's right. Now the Savage Club.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Cornell Savage Club. Right.
Never heard of that. Okay. Lakeview to the west at northwestern edge, Cornell Orchards on Swayze Road. The hotly contested Cornell Orchards and Swayze Road.
So this is going to go on the market shortly.
Then maybe that does this Cornell Orchards need to be updated to say formerly Cornell Orchards?
Well, I think there's still going to be a Cornell Orchards there. They're keeping what, 26 acres and selling 70.
Well, it could be a while before it sells, so I think we should leave
Yeah.
that in there for now. so.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay, nobody has anything to add here.
I'd say perk along. Just a comment about this page. Could you repeat for these view shed analyses, which site it is, Tom, even though it's coming directly afterwards?
Yeah, I can add that. Yeah, that's easy enough.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
It has an enormous view shed.
So
This one-
on Karen's original map, there were several sites, 6, 7, and 8, but they're all more or less in the same location. So I just combined them all.
So this is like where Ross Road kind of comes in, right? I think, yeah.
So this is,
Ross Road is near here
So-
somewhere.
Tom, this is still problematic because this is not quite the right photo for this section. This
Oh, okay.
Karen had made a mistake, and I think I wrote to you about it, but so this is fine. I would just omit. Is this the only one that you included of the waterfalls? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just maybe have the one photo and omit the one that we just passed.
So we don't have a photo of that?
We have photos of the individual waterfalls. This photo is taken slightly north of that site of the waterfalls and the caves.
But it's the same general area. I mean, that's a beautiful picture. I'm not sure we should get rid of it.
Well, I don't think it does it justice. It's just, it looks to me, I took it because I was ground truthing the site numbers that we had gotten from the county, just like everybody else was. And in that particular, that's not one of the more scenic parts of our little canoe trek that we took. So if we were to include anything, I might be able to dig out a better photograph for you. Let me take,
Okay.
I'll give you some choices, okay?
Yeah, and I want to leave a picture of the waterfalls in there too.
Yeah,
So this one we have 2 pictures, but that's okay.
that's fine. I'll make a note
Yeah.
for me to find something for site 20.
Okay.
Again, I still hear somebody typing. I don't know. We're ready.
This was
21.
taken at sunset. If you want to put that in.
I'm wondering if we could get a sharper picture of this.
It is a little blurry. Still an amazing view.
Yeah, it really is an amazing view.
Is this one of Karen's photos that was taken recently, or was this? taken a
No,
while
this is
ago?
mine. This is Andrew's.
Oh, this is yours. Okay.
And
I do
it's-
like
it
the
was-
sunset. That is nice.
And it was a sunset, yeah.
You happen
And
to
it's
take
from,
two
and
or
it's from my
three?
phone. It's from my phone, so I could look it up on my phone, but I could try again, but I don't know if I'll ever get that sunset.
Mhm. Well,
Did you know? Do you happen to take like 2 or 3? Maybe one of them came out.
I'm trying to find it.
You know, you can search your photos by a place name if you have an iPhone. That's a really neat feature that I use.
I could do it by what?
You
Say
can
that
search your
again?
phone. You can search photos by place names or street names, and it'll pull up. Like if you put in Lansingville Road, it would pull up photos
Oh,
near there.
Okay. Thank you.
If you have an iPhone, which it looks like you do based on your.
Yeah, I do.
So this is a view looking south toward Ithaca from Lansingville Road. That, that really says it all. Like, you could add in something about distant hills being visible, or I'm kind of in a mindset where with Cornell, we have to write a lot of alt text into images, which is like if a person can't see the image, the software will read it to them. So I'm kind of waffling between, like, do we need to say what's in the image, or do we not need to do that? Are we gonna have like alt text language in there somewhere?
I think that the image is really what people are going to be looking at. So I'm not sure we need a big, long description of what you're seeing.
Yeah, I agree. Unless there's some historical thing like that church or something, I think this is sufficient. Which way am I looking and where am I looking from is probably good enough for just long views like this.
But Robin, you're saying for ADA purposes.
I guess what I'm saying is that I am now have trained myself to think like that, and I don't know if this level of like ADA compliance is not required or is not going into this document, then I will stop thinking about it like that.
I think it's nice to keep it in mind because, it's going to go on essentially a government website. And so if we can, as we go through, I think it's thoughtful to keep it in mind, but maybe we don't get too hung up on it, or we won't finish tonight. But I think it's very, very thoughtful and appropriate.
Sounds like everybody's happy with that one. Nice winter scene. Looking west towards Salmon Creek Valley.
Map 6.
You
No,
have a photo?
I think Karen took that picture and it says map 6. So yes, I think Karen had the map 6 area.
I don't know, this site doesn't really grab me as, we see a lot of snow here in the winter, but I'm not really sure that this quite ranks with the others in terms of a scenic view, personally. Big sky, snow, but.
Like Karen's not here to defend it, and maybe she would have more knowledge of this particular site. Hard to photograph things in the winter. They just rarely look as
Yeah,
nice.
I don't have a strong opinion about it. Just, yeah, if so far what we've seen, this is the only one I would say, well, I'm not sure about this one, if we really need it, but.
What site number was that?
23.
23.
I took this photo, and all my photos are probably subpar, but there's nothing I can do about the traffic and the signage and power lines in the way. I felt like this was a nice view.
I like this. I like how the shading of the more distant hills. I think it's a nice picture, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I like it because it shows a typical road that has
Yeah,
traffic signs.
and it's
There's
also
a
the
cem-
lighting.
Well, this
The
is.
lighting
Yeah.
is interesting.
Isn't there a
This is on the
cemetery to
s-
the left? Isn't that the cemetery
Yeah.
right there?
Yep.
I would put that in. That's the, shoot, it's not the Ludloville Cemetery. It's an extension of it, but it's called something else. Darn.
No, I feel this is near the Quaint Hotel.
Near the what?
What is the, there's an inn there. I can't think of the name of it. The inn, the scenic inn. Is it the Cuga Inn? Something like that. I can't think of the name. I don't know the names of anything. there's a nice inn and it is a nice view despite how trafficked it looks in the
Oh, like a
foreground.
bed and breakfast. You pass a bed and breakfast and then go around a curve. This is a road I take absolutely every day to get any place. I like it. Yep.
Yeah, that's a great view.
I think it's just Cuga Lake Inn. Is the name of
Is that
it.
what they call it? Hugo Lake Inn?
That's what my phone says. Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter since the inn is not in the picture, but it's on the scenic byway. This might be a better point to call out in the introductory paragraph than the one near Rogue Harbor.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I'll replace that with this.
Let's mention that in the description that it's on the byway, because just if you were flipping.
It's in there already.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's so funny because I remember thinking that I should add it, and I guess I added it before I sent it to you, Tom.
I think that's the Ludloville Pine Grove Cemetery. Does that sound right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep.
Do we want to add that in the description?
Sure.
Okay.
I would.
I can put it in the chat here.
And it's Pine Grove in 2 words.
Yes.
Yep. There we go.
Okay.
This is the new part on 34B, 1 mile north of Lansing School. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That's it.
Okay.
So these are the images that Karen made for along the scenic byway. They have a little different format than the other view sheds.
I see. Okay, so this is the overall portion of the byway that falls in our town, and this is the blown up version.
No, that little red square is the blow up that you see in the bigger square.
There are 2 buffers, 100 feet and 200 feet, represented by these different color linear strips. I wish Karen was on the call so I could ask what the buffers are doing.
CJ could speak to that.
What are the buffers again? I realize what they are, like they're spatial areas, but what are the views would really be like long views, right?
Well, that's a good point. And so it's meant to help delineate a fixed spatial element that's kind of something that's helpful in zoning is uniformity. So uniformity is an element of zoning. So this was an idea to kind of visualize how far 100 feet or 200 feet would be from the scenic byway? What would it capture basically? Does it capture the a large amount of the view shed or barely any at all? It was kind of an exercise to see, if you did impose kind of a uniform overlay district on the scenic byway, what does it look like? What does it capture in essence? What does it do in a regulatory sense? And how
Okay.
much does that jive? And how much does that jive with real life, right? So in some places, does it need to be larger? Does it need to be an overlay that doesn't necessarily follow the center line of the byway itself? The planning board will be having a discussion about this very thing on Monday. So this map will help a lot. I don't know if that's helping explain what you're asking, but
It does. Looking at the scale of the map, it kind of looks like some of the view is, 1,000 feet away. And of course, there would be long views to the lake. So the idea is that we wouldn't want like high-rise condos blocking the view from the byway. Is that the idea?
so yeah, you could. So the idea is to start to identify the areas for which you would want to have a significant scale limitations, like you're saying. I mean, the town does have some height limits already baked into zoning, but maybe it would be even more specific along the byway. So this was just kind of a first attempt to see, how far does a uniform overlay on the center line of the byway? Far does it really go? What does it capture? What does it do? Does it do anything? Do we need to do we want to take a different approach? Because you can see, the way the view shed is kind of funny, right? It's really more like a natural feature. It's not uniform. So it kind of challenges the underlying basis of zoning. So ideally, we have to combine the two in some fashion. So will be up for the planning board based on some of the work you guys are doing.
And this is an interesting one because they're starting to build lots of houses down in here too. So our view shed may go away here fairly quickly.
Got it. Okay, and so this is appearing here now because this site is on the scenic byway. I'm wondering if this image needs to be earlier in the document, like next to the paragraph that talks about what the scenic byway is. It just appears, it's very dissimilar. So its appearance here is a bit of a disruption from the usual view shed analysis.
But we have 4 of these, I think.
Do you? Is that what they look like for the points along the byway?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, they all have the same format.
Okay, I thought this was just showing where the overview was. So this site, this 27 is really 26. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, that's so something's wrong there. It says site 26, but
That's
that
27 here and here. And it looks like this originally might have been a 27.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake that Karen made. That she made the view shed map that's labeled site 27 before she got the renumbering from me.
Can we just, would it be easier to just update this?
Oh, no, believe me.
This is not easier to update.
Not for me. I mean, it seriously took me many, many hours to renumber all these. So
Okay.
we get her to redo the map. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of a way to avoid asking Karen to redo it
Nope.
over something so silly. Maybe we could Photoshop a 26.
She created the overview map. It seemed like about 15 minutes and she had it.
Okay.
I'm sure she can do it. She's very talented.
It looks, I hate when I have to change a whole thing because of one little tiny thing.
But that's a good catch. That's just why we're doing this. Thanks, Robin. So I'll
Yeah.
make a note. That's really a good catch.
Okay, so the real 27 is Ludlow Falls, and Salmon Creek from Ludlow Town Park.
Yeah, I think this is a good candidate for a new picture.
I agree.
Yeah, like if you took a picture now, there'd be a lot more water coming over
Yeah, I
there.
just saw it the other day. It's pretty impressive right now.
Yeah,
So we have a winter picture and a spring picture. I know I took this picture. There's a high probability that another one would look very similar. I'm happy to try to retake it. Actually, what's wrong with it? The just the flow of water is
But yeah, nothing's wrong with the picture. I just think there's times when the waterfall looks more impressive.
so you want
like
a
right,
photo with
like right
more.
now.
Like
Right
right now.
Yeah, I could try to do that. This was the best of the ones I took on the day, so that's the best
Oh,
I
yeah,
have.
no.
I can take another one.
You got, yeah, it's a fine picture for what was there.
Okay. That will not be hard to do. This winter one is crazy and I love it. It's very
Yeah, that's a cool
charismatic.
picture.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sort of underwhelmed with the description. I mean, it's such a nice site and the description is just like Ludlow Falls and Salmon Creek.
Well, you could say in spring and in winter.
Doing like, what is the height of the waterfall? Does anybody know? Maybe throw in like the height. Maybe it's not that impressive. I don't know. To me, it's this very nice site, like one of the best in Lansing. Ludlow Town Park. It looks like we need some updates in these little, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, but where it's an undetermined site number, it still says proposed. Clearly, we've accepted this.
Good point. Okay. I'll make a note of that too.
I think those are little enough things that if Karen didn't want to be bothered with it, you know, I can just Photoshop a new thing with the right number on it, and it wouldn't require redoing this. If we want to avoid that. Salt Point, site of a former salt production facility. This is a nice description. It looks like these site numbers are all going to have to get updated on these.
Yeah, they're all going to be taken out.
Okay. Well, I mean, on the image.
Well, yeah, I don't know about the image. That would be more work for Karen.
Right, that's why I'm wondering, can we maybe handle this in Photoshop and just make a new thing and put
Yeah.
it over the top?
Or just take it out.
I wish you could just crop it out, but then you would crop out the scale. Oh yeah, it's not, something about the numbering on these. They're definitely the old numbers and not the new ones.
Right.
Okay, now we have Myers Park.
There's no apostrophe in Myers. Just Myers.
That's a good catch. Need any other? I took this picture too. The church. Yeah, I feel like this is better than the image makes it look, but I was standing at the point where the original coordinates were, and maybe by not standing in that exact spot, you could generate a better photo. Is that legit to do, to just stand somewhere off, like on the other side of the parking lot?
Yeah, and then just make sure your iPhone's capturing the new coordinates so that Karen has those coordinates, and then we can keep them in the spreadsheet. So my memory of this is that if you do just hang a little bit to the east, you can get a better view. There's a very pretty view, and I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. But I think it's just a little bit to the east of this spot. And maybe you can cut out the power lines.
Yeah, this kind of highlights the power lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think originally the angle of it was much, well, to the right of this angle, and it would be a little nicer if it wasn't the original location.
Are you willing to do that one also, Robin, when you do Ludlowville Falls?
I can. I'm a little less hopeful that this one is going to turn out any really good. My memory of it is that it wasn't a super. I'd have to move the point because I have to stand somewhere else. There's nowhere to stand that parking lot is not in the way, but I could maybe get the power lines out of it.
And also you could enlarge the view with your iPhone, just expand.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Zoom in,
Mm-hmm.
preferably on the lake.
Yeah, I can try to get a better picture of that one.
These photos have been super useful for us though. Yeah, like everybody's photos really helped the entire CAC to know what we're talking about. So it still has a lot of value.
Okay, and this one also mentions the scenic byway. There's another byway map.
So that says site 38 and it's really site 37. Is that right?
It says 36, but
Or
yeah,
30.
it should be 37.
Yeah, it should be 37. Okay, I'll make a note of that too.
No picture of this one. Make some edits here too. This one's saying preserve or proposed. Anybody have anything to add to this one? Hearing none.
So that's just above the previous picture.
Yeah, I think I can see that they look very similar.
I like the second one better. I like site 44 better.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like 40, the one before it.
So do we want to get rid of site 43?
I think we could.
I think so, just because they're like 100 yards from each other.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's a decision I think we should have made a while ago, because now we've got,
So we have a numbering problem.
we have a numbering problem.
Well, the numbers, we don't have to have all of the numbers. We could skip a number.
You're saying just omit from the distinctive use,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but keep it numbered, but just demote
Yeah.
it. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
Note 43.
So we're gonna demote this.
Anything about this one other than nearness to the other one?
we could add that it's above above the trailhead to the Edwards Preserve.
Okay, a good idea.
We have a view shed of that one, so that's good.
For this one, I would just say, is this the same trailhead? Which trailhead is this talking about?
I think that's a different trailhead.
I think that's an old road. That's my recollection when I've been to this site, that there's a road that curves down there.
Is
I
this
think
where
you're
the
right.
water treatment place is?
Yeah. Or like a satellite for the water treatment or something.
Yeah.
Down there.
I walk there with my dog all the time.
Okay, so trailhead may in fact be old road, or is it indeed a trailhead?
Yeah, I don't know what that's called.
It's really kind of a private road of the water treatment facility, I think. But everybody, it's gated off, but you can walk down it. And they say hi to you. I mean, if they're driving by, they say hello. They don't have any trouble with people using it.
No shotguns or.
But where this is taken from is actually from a public road.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to say that it's at the top of a trailhead, because technically it's not really a trail.
Right. And this says Village of Lansing? Is
Yeah,
that
this is in the village.
town? Not town?
No, this is not in the town.
I think it's in the village.
I mean, the village is in the town, but the town doesn't have any land use authority in the village.
But it can be part of the scenic inventory.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a gravel driveway according to the plat for the property.
What's down there, CJ? Is it water
That's
treatment?
an access road. It claims
Shoreline,
to
you get right
be
to the lake.
Yeah, it goes right to the
sort
lake.
of a,
Yeah, and you can
I
walk
could
along the
show-
lake.
yeah, I could drop the plat in the chat if you'd like. It's kind of a complicated subdivision plat, but yeah, it just says it's a gravel drive, gravel access road. So it doesn't say private. So. you could walk
Maybe it's
in.
not exactly what I'm thinking then.
Yeah, it's right on the other side of that berm, right?
And
By
it's,
this is like by that parking lot.
makes, it's almost like a switchback. So we're going to remove the words trailhead there, or?
Yeah,
Well, there is, I mean, you can walk down to the lake from there.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah, it says proposed 15-foot permanent easement to Village of Lansing for trail construction and maintenance.
okay, so it is a trailhead.
Well,
So trailhead to the lake. To just add to the lake.
all right, okay.
All right, glad we got that figured out. Okay.
See, now this picture, I think if you took it today, with it all green, it would look a lot nicer.
You're right.
Yeah, there's actually that pond there. It's very full right now. Little pond.
Yeah.
This is very similar to site 63. Is that your way of saying that we should pick one or the other?
I think I ditched site 60, the other one, because they were basically the same.
It looks like the coordinates are almost exactly the same.
Yeah, I think you would have to go to 3 decimal places and they'd probably be a little different. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm perfectly willing to take a picture of that. Like 52.
Oh, here we go. Here's some scenic lava territory. Sapsucker Woods, Cornell Lab Ornithology. You can take this hiking is not needed to be capitalized. Hiking trails around the bird sanctuary, mature woods, wetlands, and several ponds. Yeah.
I think this is in town of Ithaca. Right?
Didn't we go back and forth about this?
Yeah,
like 2
it's
meetings
pretty
ago?
close to the borderline.
It was right on the line. Maybe we should.
Okay, so portion of it is in the Village of Lansing. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
This photo an accurate representation of where the point is and which way it's facing? Should it be facing into the town of Lansing, not into if it's any consolation, like there's a long-term preservation plan for this land. It's not going to be developed.
But still, it's a scenic, it's part of the scenic inventory. I mean, it's definitely scenic.
It is. I guess the question is it Ithaca or is it Lansing?
Let's say
It's
assume
Dryden, Lansing, and Ithaca.
Yeah, let's.
Make it more
I think we should keep it in there.
You cross 3 municipalities when you walk the trails. That is in the Village of Lansing, and then the trails across the way, like where the egg is, that's town of Dryden, and then the pond and everything south is town of Ithaca. So,
Well,
Tompkins County.
we're gonna claim it for Lansing.
And if it's scenic, the Lavabo can't create a 10-story research facility there. Sorry, Robin.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, that's.
Rail.
What about well, we don't have any firm plans, but I think it would be fun to have like a really tall, like bird watching tower to look at birds in the canopy.
Yeah, or an egret or something.
Okay, I think this one is good. Oh, here's the image showing where it is. Okay, now we're in this section of noteworthy views.
So
You
Andrew,
have it.
I took this one,
yeah,
I think.
I think I wrote that description based on my knowledge of Lake Ridge Road. Is that pretty accurate? And also the spot on the map.
That butts up with Southern Cayuga. It's one of the last, yeah, Lake Ridge Road, and then you turn left to get onto Nut Ridge Road. I'd never been on it.
Mhm.
Lake Ridge is sort of parallel with 34B,
Mhm.
and both of them go into Southern Cayuga. It really is pretty. I was
Yeah,
surprised.
it's
how
kind of a
pretty
nice
it was.
ag landscape, kind of a very typical
Yeah.
ag landscape with Cayuga Lake view.
What is this thing in the middle?
Looks like maybe a harvest cart or something. Maybe.
No,
I think it's a hay wagon.
Yeah.
Hay wagon,
so it's-
yes, it's a hay wagon. Sorry,
That's
a
what I
hay
meant. That's what I meant.
sorry, yes. And I'm looking due. I thought I was looking due west, not south.
No, just south of Nut Ridge. But if we want to
Oh.
make it clear, we could say looking.
But
looking
you're
west.
looking west
Yeah.
to the other side of the lake.
Looking west across agriculture landscape to the lake.
And cut out Nut Ridge.
Well,
Well, you could
no,
say
that describes where it
on,
is.
I was on Nut Ridge Road when I took it. I wasn't on Lake Ridge. I was on
Oh,
Nut
okay.
Ridge.
Okay, all right.
So
that's
that needs
cool.
to be straightened out.
Okay, so taken from Nut Ridge Road, looking south, or were
No,
you
looking west,
looking west?
maybe
Uh,
southwest. You could put southwest.
Okay. So,
It's off Lake Ridge Road. Yeah, I wasn't on it. Yeah.
all right.
Want me to put these coordinates into Google Maps and figure out where this is? Is that, you don't know the name of the road that it's off of?
Yeah, she was on Nut.
Yeah,
Ridge.
I was on Nut Ridge. I
Oh,
was on
Nut
Nut
Ridge.
Ridge.
Okay,
Yeah, I was on that road
okay.
I
I
was
thought you
not on
earlier
Lake
had said you'd
Ridge. when I
never
took it.
been on that road. Okay,
It's sort of a dead end, and if you look to the north, there's a golf course.
And Bell Station Road, or Bell Station is at the end of that road to the left.
Oh, I did not know. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wordsmith view of agricultural fields looking southwest from Nut Ridge Road near
Right,
Lake, is it Lake?
Ridge Road. Yeah.
Lake Ridge Road. Yep. Okay. Good.
moving on. Mutual Road, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me either.
Near to the
Oh,
west.
Snushall is off Fenner. And
Where's
it's
that?
just all agricultural. I don't think that's a great picture. Well, you could leave it, but as you're going down Fenner Road, going west on Fenner Road, which starts at Lansingville and ends at 34B. It's off to your right. It's in the middle of, this land I think is owned by Willett Terry.
So Andrea, is that description correct? View to the west of the Seneca County Hills?
It's not what, I don't know what's where Seneca County is, so I don't know. I mean, that's the other side of the lake.
Yeah.
That's Seneca County, then it's Seneca County.
Mhm.
Yep, Seneca County and just past Village of Shermansburg. So
It's a very large flat parcel, which is kind of, I mean, to someone, a farmer or something, they would go, boy, that's a nice flat piece of land. That'd be nice, something like that. So I don't know, it's illustrates that we have some large flat parcels.
That's
Well,
true.
I would think that you would really like it, David, because there's so much soil in that.
Yes, there's lots of soil to look at there. They do lots of soil sampling there.
How could you
And
not?
there's some
like
rocks.
it? All right, onward and upward.
can I just mention you did say something about the photo that Andrea took that on Nut Ridge. I think it would be useful, like Tom said, to make sure we add that is that's Bell Station lands.
Is that within,
I mean, Bell
photo?
Station obviously was
Where-
never built.
Where
But
the
yeah,
pointer is right now is Bell Station.
Okay.
you
yeah.
got it.
Oh.
Yep, if you're looking south on Nut Ridge. Yep, that's it.
Okay. I'll-
I'm just mentioning it because it's
Yeah.
it's listed in the town's comprehensive plan as a key open space parcel. So that's what I was thinking. It might
Yeah, let's add
call it
that.
out.
So how much of this photo do you think is like Bell Station? Pretty much from the,
All of it.
all
Oh
of it?
yeah, the whole thing. Oh yeah, it's a
Oh.
huge parcel. It's 471 acres.
Oh,
It's the
so,
largest undeveloped parcel of land in the Finger Lakes.
okay, so everything in the foreground is Bell Station. Okay, great. So that's.
Yep, and it goes on and on and on.
I'll make a mention of that.
Good point, CJ.
Great.
Okay, we just talked about this one. Views up and down Salmon Creek Valley from Lansingville Road.
I took that from the cemetery across, cemetery would have been to my back, the Lansingville Cemetery. And those are our cows.
I think we should make
I
mention.
was picking
Yes.
up on that.
They're heifers, they're not cows, sorry, heifers.
I mean, the photo is a little blurry, but I was
Yeah.
doing cow.
No, those are cows. And what I like about this is you're looking east and you see farmland, which is on the other side of the creek. See the trees, which we own, also everything starts to go down towards Salmon Creek. And then that other field is on the other side of the creek.
Hmm.
I think, unless we own that field. Ooh. Take it back.
I might nominate this one for a new photo if I had to pick
A new
one.
photo? Okay. Now it's nice and green. I could take that one. I could take that photo.
Okay, site 4, but wait, I think we need to wordsmith the caption, Andrea. Because it's not really views up and down the Salmon Creek Valley. I mean, we're not.
No,
looking-
I have to go look and see if that second field is part of our land or the other side of the creek. Once I go down the road, I'll know. Right
Okay.
now, I'm questioning it.
Okay, so should we say view from Lansingville Road to the east
Yes.
over Salmon Creek?
Valley.
See, that's what I'm questioning, whether or not that's,
Near
no, I think I think way in the distance is the other side of the creek. I think the second field behind the trees is part of our farm, but I have to go look. I could be wrong.
How about we say, looking at the Salmon Creek Valley?
Looking across, yes.
I think what Andrew's saying is. she
I
doesn't know
didn't,
if
I didn't
Salmon-
put views up and down. I didn't write that. So I don't-
Right, we've inherited that wording, I think, from who knows where.
And I think the question is Salmon Creek below these first set of trees, or is it past that field in the distance?
Yes,
That's the
exactly.
question.
That's the question. Yep, yep. And I would have to go look.
Okay.
So do we want to describe it now or wait?
Wait,
Okay,
And move on.
yep.
Oh, this looks identical.
Yeah.
This is
what
site
was the
five.
name? What was site, was this one? Site 4? Okay.
This is 4. These are
I don't
slightly
know what-
different coordinates.
But I don't see the picture.
No, there's that one.
Oops,
Is there meant to be one here?
excuse me?
I guess I'm asking Tom and Carrie, is there meant to be a photo here? Or do we need one?
There isn't. I don't know why Karen wouldn't have had one, because I think it was pretty complete.
Maybe this is during a blizzard.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Ah, typical Ithaca December day.
What about this don't you? I think the caption should be, "What about this don't you like?"
Yeah, we'll have to check on that. I'm not sure
I'll
why
make
there's.
a note. I'll make a note, and maybe we might need to ask Karen about that.
Yeah, the coordinates are not the same, but the description is identical, so we're gonna need a new
Yeah.
description for it, whatever it is.
All right.
Okay. Ooh, a nice photo. Coleman Road and Brooks Hill Road. Any qualms about this one?
It's okay with me.
Ooh, majestic views from DeCamp Road to the south and west.
That sounds like Karen.
This, I think I have been down this road and it is really quite nice. I won't take away the majestic.
This is another committee. I'll call you back.
Okay. I'm happy with that one. Woods and fields with Connecticut Hill in the far distance from near 72 Rock Road. Is this the only one where this like seemingly personal address appears? That's
I think I did it. I think I did it for a Munson Road view also.
We
I
could.
guess that's okay.
We could take that out.
Yeah, we could take it out. I put it in there originally just so people would know exactly where it was.
Well, if you were
Is that
on,
going to result in people like driving to that person's house and parking, looking? That's
why don't we just say you took it out when you were on Lock Road, right?
Yes, yeah, it's from Lock Road.
Just say from Lock Road.
Okay.
I'll make a note.
Okay. We like the rest of it. Is this Connecticut Hill, this little
Yeah,
thing?
actually, it's the one just to the left of that bump. That's Buck Hill. That's Connecticut Hill. Unfortunately, this cloud ceiling was descending right when I got out there.
This this photo appears to have been taken through a windshield. Ah,
Yep, I took it. I was surprised that Karen liked it. I would have gotten rid of it.
So Andrew, I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you about that because it seems like if you go a little bit further on Algerin, you can see a little bit more of the lake.
I think that's true,
and a
but
and
this
a-
was where I was supposed to be, I
yeah,
think. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
it's,
You see the lake if you go further down that road, yeah.
oh
yes,
yeah,
and also a pond and a barn, and it's really quite beautiful.
well, I could try that one. Taking
Okay.
that again, site 11, Algerine, okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
as far as the description is this accurate, Aldrin Road, pastoral view of barns, fields, and Cuba Lake.
That's really just around the block for me. I should really take that one. I can try.
Okay, go to it.
Yeah,
I mean, but that's near the trailer park,
yeah.
I think.
Right.
I don't,
Right.
I don't,
So
I don't know if
maybe,
you,
so go down farther, I
yeah.
guess.
Mhm.
Okay,
Nice clouds.
yeah, great clouds, yep.
Okay. All right, here we go. Here's another one from a car dashboard. Wonder if we can we crop that out? Expansive
That's a
views.
nice picture if it didn't have the, yeah, I didn't take it, but I
I
like
mean,
it.
this
That's
one seems like
Karen's.
you could just crop out the bottom and it wouldn't change the
Yeah.
scenery.
Yeah,
Yep. That would be great. So
Expansive
crop
views,
well.
west side of Salmon Creek Valley on Lockerbie Hill Road. Okay. Anything jumping out? Lansing Station Road. This one mentions the Clear Lake Byway or a Blue Way Trail. Anything to say about that?
so we can take out 85.
Okay. I'll make a note.
This is a nice picture.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of our better farm scenes, I think.
Okay. Okay, I took this one. Bridge in Levelville. That is my description that I wrote. So reading it now, it is a little different to the language of the other ones. But the pebbly bottom was really cute.
I
I
like
liked
it.
that you could
Yeah,
kind
I
of
like
see through the water to the bottom. I thought that was part of what made it look nice. It's certainly a bit more detailed than the others.
Too
That's all
bad there
right.
wasn't a fly fisherman there. That's good.
Yeah, it looked like it might. I don't know anything about fly fishing, but it's fairly shallow.
No, that's where they do it. Well, I don't either.
I think the description is fine.
Okay. Is the photo all right? It was a bit of a gray day as usual in Ithaca.
It's wonderful.
I think it's great.
Okay. Here's another one I wrote. And I see a red question mark. And that may not be the best.
So where's the pond? Pond at Creek Terminus. There's a lake at the Creek Terminus.
Maybe it's a lake.
It's all in your
No.
perspective.
It was all frozen, okay? I don't know. This is I think what it really is just like the creek takes a turn and it just looks like a pond to me, but I don't really know.
I don't think there's any pond down there.
And maybe it was just like a patch of open water and an otherwise frozen creek. This is the Salmon Creek fishing access point. This was a really a nice view in both directions. Maybe just delete that last.
Yeah,
bit of
delete
map.
that. There's no pond down there that I know
Hey,
of.
there were ducks in it. Okay, there were ducks, so that means it's a pond.
We're getting punchy. We better pick up the pace.
Okay. Buck Road and Wilson Road. I think you could just cut out this part and, say a view of a long open field. I mean, maybe we don't need all this. I guess I was a little more descriptive in my writings. So you can wordsmith that.
C is a U, F is a K.
Here's another one where the address is specifically written. Don't know if we want to call out a specific address or not.
I'll say we should take it off.
Site 32 doesn't appear to have a photo. Oh, this is me. Which is this? Oh, this was from the water. This point was located in the lake, looking at Salt Point. So I didn't have a way to take a picture of that one. I'm not sure how to do that unless it's a drone picture or somebody gives me a boat.
You can borrow my canoe, Robin.
So technically this site was never visited and has not been vetted because it's from the water.
So that photograph, can you just show the photo that it is?
There is no. There is
Oh,
no.
There is no photo.
Okay, all right.
It was one of those points in the water like the ones Carrie reviewed, but I didn't have a canoe or a way to get to it. So I just said it. I imagine that Salt Point looks nice from the lake, but I didn't actually visit it and don't have a way to do that.
Yeah, I say we leave it for now.
Yeah, if I get a chance, I'll try and get a picture of it from the water.
Okay, site 32.
Yeah, unless I swim to it, I'm not going to get to it anytime soon. So I do think Candace Cordell maybe has a drone, or maybe Sue Ruoff does. Maybe I could finagle somebody to take a drone picture, but that's going to be hard.
Yeah,
I'll try and get a picture of it.
okay.
And if it's not scenic, we can delete it. Although now it has a number, it's got to stay. It's got to stay.
I
in
will
here.
say, it is very nice having these numbered consecutively. It's really great, Tom. Thanks for rendering it in this
Mhm.
document.
Okay, this is mine again. Top of Myers Hill, looking down to the lake.
Oh,
I think you could probably delete everything that I put after, like, can you see what's highlighted? Just delete all that.
You just want the osprey nest in there. We know.
That might need explanation of what it is to somebody who doesn't know what it is, that
Oh,
it's not a power line.
Yeah, no, I think you should leave that in there, the osprey. Yes.
Yeah, the foxes and the deer and everything is just snapping turtles. That's just my observation that this is a wildlife attractant.
So has there ever been any osprey that have used that?
Oh yeah, every year.
Oh, okay, okay.
Every year, yeah. Yeah, I guess, I mean, my feelings about this site are that it's more scenic in terms of like, there's bluebirds nesting, there's ospreys, there's always foxes. Maybe that's just irrelevant, but
That's
just
a habitat, yeah.
yeah, for me, that's part of what makes it scenic, but I can see now that this is too wordy for this description. So everything after the first sentence can go. And I can try to take a better photo of this. I feel like it was a hazy day when I took that, so that's near my house. I can do that. This is also near my home and could take a better picture on a less foggy day. Okay.
So
Don't
you're
know
gonna,
if we need.
Robin, you're gonna take another photo of site 36 also.
And 30 and 35. Yeah, it
Okay.
looks like it was just a hazy day when I went out.
Mom, did you call me?
Rogues Harbor Inn, no photo.
I think they're just reopening now, by the way.
I
Yeah.
bet you there's a photo on their website that we could use of, if it's just the photo is meant to be of the inn. Probably, I'm sure they wouldn't hate having their photo on here unless somebody wants to go take a new one.
So we, once again, we have the wrong number on the view shed.
Right. Rogues Harbor Inn, corner of Route 34 and 34B on Scenic Byway.
It really is a historic site. I wonder if we should say that.
Yeah, just put a historic view of historic Rogues Harbor Inn building at the corner of Route 34 and 34B along with
It's
Scenic Byway.
it's a historic landmark, is that right?
Yeah, and it was part of the
Yeah, it's on the
Underground
list.
Railroad years ago.
It's on the National
Decades ago.
Register, yeah.
So National Register of Historic Sites.
Do we want to just see if their website has a photo that we can use?
Sure.
It probably does. Oh boy, there's more. Okay. Everything after this, I'm assuming, has no photo. I'm not sure what to do with these, Tom, if you want to go through them just without photos and just look at the description.
Maybe in the interest of time, we should just talk about the email to the Cornell Real Estate, because we have only about probably 10 minutes before people need to sign off.
Okay.
I just went to the Rogues Harbor website and there's lots of photos.
Okay.
Steal them. Okay, I'll stop sharing then. Is that what I'm hearing, Carrie, that we don't need to get into these?
If that's okay with Tom.
Well, we made a lot of progress.
Yeah, this is extremely helpful for catapulting it forward, even though it's it's hard.
All right.
Before we leave this topic, we were going to have a public hearing with both the NRI and the Scenic Resources. But I'm not sure we're ready yet. Is that right?
Could we ask the town to schedule it for July?
So at the June meeting, set a public hearing for July. I think that's reasonable.
Is that possible, or August?
We'll add it to the list.
That would be by Zoom, right, CJ?
You know, the town board has met in person for some time, so I think that I'm not sure, Andre could probably speak to that better, but I think they're going to continue to do a hybrid approach, not sure.
Hybrid or go all personal. I don't know.
Just regular.
In person. Yeah, regular. Depends on what the state says.
Supposedly
I really
by
have-
July, things will have loosened up some,
Oh, yeah.
but who knows? Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I have to leave now, so I'm going to say goodbye.
Thanks, Sandra. Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, so one more thing. So even if we don't have the scenic resources inventory completely done by July, I think we can present certainly what we have, because it'll be nearly complete if it's not complete.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Letter regarding Cornell Orchards. Did people get to read that, and what did they think of it?
Yeah, I looked it over. Basically, I thought it was pretty good. There was one section that talks about, what was it, Carrie? It's a whole paragraph kind of about the salt mine or something.
Oh, the subsidence?
Yeah, the subsidence issue, which I thought nothing really wrong with that. It just was making the letter a little longer. I wasn't sure, it's something that could or could not be in there, I guess. But I don't have a strong feeling about it. I just thought you might want to keep the letter shorter so make sure people read it.
What do people think about if we end up sending it, which I realize we need the approval of the CAC, so people will need to sign off on that. And CJ and I talked about some wisdom in Guy Crow, the attorney for the town, looking at it and giving at least a blessing. If we were to send it, do you think we should copy the dean of CALS?
I have no idea if the dean is involved in.
I sort of feel like it's out of their hands at this point, possibly. But on the other hand, I guess you could say the dean's office could get, if there was community flack about it, the dean's office would hear about it. So maybe from that standpoint, might make some sense. But on the other hand, it's kind of, I don't know how the real estate office would take that.
Right.
That we're kind of trying to, work all the edges and corner them into something, or, that we're being a little bit too manipulative or something. I don't know. They were pretty polite at our meeting, I thought. So
Yeah.
I like to keep that general, but, I'm not in real estate or a businessman because I'm a nice guy, and everybody's not always a nice person. So I don't know. I don't know if that means anything to them.
Okay.
I thought it sounded well researched and well written and technically precise, but at the same time easy to understand. I didn't think you were trying to be too academic about it. I think it was just at the right level of, like, we've done our homework and we know about the natural features without being too jargony about it.
So maybe what we should do, so we'll show it to Guy Crow, and then, well, because we don't have enough people here anymore, maybe we should, through email, send a letter out again and ask if people want to have their names on it or not, or whether it should be from the whole CAC or just people who want to have their names on it.
You can put my name on it. I'm not opposed to being behind this letter.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we'll send out an email and ask people if they want it to be from all of the CAC or not.
All right.
And I think if we have a majority that wants it to be from the CAC, then we'll go ahead and do that.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you know what I hear back.
Yeah,
So,
that'd be great. Thanks, CJ. So
so
we'll
CJ, are you gonna show it to Guy Crow?
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
I've already sent it along. Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. And so let's move on to number 7, website liaison, CAC to town.
We had talked last month about the work plan and getting, some of these items to eventually to Jen Holleran, and just thought it would be great if a CAC member could move that along a little bit. But we can also table that till next time, and when we have a little bit larger group.
Okay,
Somebody is called to do that, which would be great, but might not get that tonight. And the same with the work plan, Tom. I think it's wise to table,
yeah,
that will come
okay.
up. We'll need to draw our attention to it, but next time is fine.
Well, I thought we got a lot done tonight with the scenic resources inventory.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yes, super helpful with a group because everybody has different knowledge, and getting together about it is really great.
And thank you, everybody, for your patience. I know it was kind of a long, drawn-out affair.
I do have a process question about how, if you would like us to get in there and edit and proofread or do whatever you want, how would we do that, since you?
So if somebody can tell me how I can take a Word document and upload it somewhere so it's accessible to everybody, I'll do that. But I'm not sure how to do it at this point.
So
I mean, you could just take a Word document and we use track changes as another simple way.
Yeah, except the Word document I think it's over 25 megabytes.
Oh,
that
it's so big. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can break it up.
Yeah. No,
I
forget
could-
it.
Don't break it up. That's annoying.
Okay.
So,
CJ, is there some place I can load it where?
I can put it on OneDrive again, but I know that I see Robin
People have
already
trouble with
laughing. Yeah, no, it's not you, it's the wacky formatting that goes with OneDrive. It kind of takes everything that you do and does something else.
Karen, you might get really threatened by Karen. I think she was the one who had the most trouble with it.
Sorry. Yeah, it's lovely in principle. I think the execution is a little tougher.
can we not just make it a Google Doc, or?
I think you could upload it to Google. I think you could do that. And one thing we can do is, if you guys work on it in Google, that would be even if the formatting's not gorgeous, what we can do is just bring it into InDesign and then clean it up like we did the NRI. We can just append it to the NRI and then we can publish it. You know how we published it at that link, and then people could just comment. We could do that again. We could just append it on the end. So wrap up all the like text changes and everything. Don't worry about the formatting, and then we'll just export it to InDesign. Like when you're ready to go, like at the
I've
end.
written down all of the changes, and all people really need to do is get their photos and send them, if you don't mind, Tom, send them to Tom. And so it's pretty much cut and paste at this point with the text changes.
Okay, so you would
Wondering,
prefer that we just email new photos to Tom and note the site name or site number and not try to edit anything directly?
I just think it's going to lead to more trouble than it's worth. What do you think, Tom?
So you're going to do the verbal editing? Is that what you said? You just said?
No, what
Oh.
I said was I had it written. I have it all written down for
Oh.
you, Tom.
Oh, for me to do it. Okay, yeah, I can do it. I mean, this has sort of become my little project.
Way to go.
That's okay. Yeah, send me the stuff. I'll do what I can.
I'm going to send everybody the notes that I took tonight so that everybody knows, I mean, I realize you're all taking your individual notes, but you can see what I'm sending to Tom. And then one person will have control over the document, which I actually think is good.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm
It's
fine
good.
with that. But I'm not going to be able to attend the next meeting.
Right. I'll chair that.
Okay.
That's fine. And then we're going to have a little get together with CJ before you leave town, Tom, just for like half an hour so that we can.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'll just get your schedule from him.
Okay, so then make whatever changes, tell me whatever changes you want made and I will do them.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
So we're all set then for this evening.
All right.
So we'll close the meeting. Thank you, Heather.
Thanks, Heather.
Yeah, of course.
See you
Yeah,
all.
Heather's still here.
Thank all you troopers who are still there.
Thank you so much.
Oh, take care.